On a bright and cool Sunday morning, my family and I were on our way to church to listen to Dad's weekly sermon. He preached a sermon I'll never forget from Malachi 3:10, which relates tithing to prosperity. At a very young age, my father's analogies to tithing became clear to me. He would say, a person who tithes is like a farmer who plants a seed and then expects a harvest. I realized if I tithe consistently, I will be blessed consistently. Growing up, my parents would tell me for every dollar you make from selling Toledo journals in the neighborhood, or shoveling snow, or cutting the grass for old lady Mrs. Woods next door, place a dime in the offering tray at church. Mom and Dad said this principle was based on Malachi 3:10. As a child, I took this to heart and started tithing. Blessings did seem to come my way. I remember Mrs. Woods asked me to help her with her grocery shopping, and while at the A&P supermarket, Mrs. Woods would say, "Make sure you get anything you want and just place it in the cart." When I got home that day, my brothers and sisters were amazed at all the bags of cookies, chips, and soda pop. Mom let out a giggle and replied, "Now the next time you go shopping with Mrs. Woods, don't forget to bring home the steak and baked potatoes." As years went by, I began making excuses for not giving a tenth of my earnings to the church. If I pay my tithes, how can I pay the rent or the rest of the bills? I'll pay the tithes next month. Things were not getting better financially. Another increase in rent? I am so overwhelmed with all these bills now. The car note, the rent, school loans, utilities, car insurance, the IRS. Malachi 3:10. What does this say again? Bring all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. And try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you such blessing that there will not be room enough to receive it. I learned this principle when I was a young child, and it became a part of my belief system then. And now, when I'm faced with a big decision, I have decided to demonstrate my faith. Just like the farmer who believes he will reap a harvest after planting his seeds, I believe I will reap a blessing if I tithe consistently.